Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the
Not everything that glitters is gold, but everything that goes cling cling could bring your attention and take you on to the other side. It looks like El Salvador is shifting its tune about Bitcoin, somewhat prompted by what almost looks like bribing done by the IMF. And yet the market continues to push for Bitcoin. People want more Bitcoin. All of that in today's episode on the Crypto Father channel. Welcome back. Today is the 10th of December. It's a Tuesday. Hope you had a good Monday start to the week. Not so bad, not so bad. Let's have a quick look at the market and then jump into the news. I still can't get over the discrepancy that is present between CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, the two biggest aggregators, and it's almost like walking into different stores and receiving two different prices for the same produce. It's insane. Look at this. $3.6 billion, $3.6 trillion on the market cap on CoinGecko, while CoinMarketCap shows it to be at $3.46 trillion. I mean, this is like $200 billion discrepancy between those two. Nonetheless, by looking at CoinGecko, we are down $200 billion down on the market cap, $330 billion in trading volume. Bitcoin is down to $96,000. Luckily, that number is the same on both aggregators, although no, it's slightly different. 96,330 on CoinGecko, 96,400 I think it was on CoinMarketCap. So bizarre. But I was talking about this retracement. Could this be it? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just a couple of days and everything's going to go back to normal. But everything is dumping a little bit. Slight retracements. Tron is still 24% ahead. That's pretty good. And this is on the 7 days. So most of, a lot of assets are up on the 7 days. Leo token is doing really well all across the board. Litecoin has retraced somewhat, but so the Bitcoin retracement may be short-lived. It could be short-lived. Looking at the Bitcoin dominance, there's a massive green candle that's just pumping right now on a daily. The Bitcoin dominance chart has progressed downwards quite a bit, but then today there is a massive green candle. It was just pushing above back into the parallel channel, and there is quite a bit of volume here on the charts. So this could be a good indication. It could mean that people are piling back into Bitcoin. That's another discrepancy between the dominance here. CoinMarketCap shows a dominance for Bitcoin of 52%, while the other way, CoinGecko shows 52%, while CoinMarketCap 55%. I'm not even sure how that discrepancy is possible. I understand price differences based on different exchanges or whatever, but I mean, even then it should be the same. But dominance, not sure. But one thing that CoinMarketCap shows is the fear and greed index, which is right now in 83. It's extreme greed, and so this is probably a good indicator to take some profits, because extreme greed means that this indicator is way overbought. Bitcoin may be way overbought right now, despite the fact that yes, we all want Bitcoin and everybody wants Bitcoin. The whole world wants Bitcoin all of a sudden, when it was shunned for the longest time. But now the big VCs have gotten wind of all the retail, of all the greed that's coming in, and so they're going to be taking profits, because they will be taking your money. So secure those profits. You can be, have diamond hands and hold on to your Bitcoin and collect it and put it on your shelf and tell everybody that you have some Bitcoin, or you could take some profits now and then get back into the market once it dumps, and smart money takes some of its profits from the dumb money, because they're going to be doing it. It's going to happen. So this could be the retracement right now that we're seeing, quite possibly. Personally, I have taken some profits, not a lot of it. I'm not completely out. I'm not posting videos saying I sold all my bags like some other people, but I did take some profit. So there is a red candle forming on Bitcoin right now on the daily. We got a bit of sell volume coming in. Yesterday I was saying that there's going to be a dump based on these two candles, the two daily candles on Saturday and Monday. The candles were very slim, and the volume on those two was also quite low, and I was expecting a retracement. And I know hindsight is 2020, but I did feel like a retracement was forthcoming just based on these candles that were pretty thin. If you look over here, Anytime you have a massive pump, there is a red retracement, and then, but when you get candles like this right here, candle like this right here, and another one like this right here, that's basically low volume trades coming in, and it's quite possible that there may be a retracement, which basically happens right here after that. My buy order set somewhere around the $70 vicinity. 73, I think I am looking at like 73, 74. Actually, I'm trading on the Korean market, so I have it set for 104 million won, and just because it's in million doesn't mean I'm a millionaire. Unfortunate. But that's my buy order somewhere around here, 104,000 or 104 million Korean won, which is the equivalent of about $70,000 plus or minus. Right now, Bitcoin is also dunking on the Korean exchanges, a little bit retracement, $138,000 presently from a high of $145 million won. My goodness. All right, so let's have a quick look at the news here. Fox News journalist exposes fake BlackRock token scam. Apparently that was happening. Fox News reporter Eleanor Terred has warned of a deceptive news article circulating online. The publication used her name and official Fox News graphics to promote a scam involving a non-existent BlackRock token. The fake report dated December 5th falsely claimed that BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, had launched a pre-sale for a token named BlackRock Token, BRT. The post described this fictional token as a groundbreaking initiative to integrate blockchain technology into traditional finance. It also urged readers to visit a phony website, obviously, to participate in the pre-sale. The site allegedly provided detailed projection information, including step-by-step purchase guides, insights into tokenomics and utility, and updates on surpassed milestones. These frauds are, this is always the same, and people, you have to, since it's aimed at people who are new to crypto, to the blockchain, this is very likely to be a money grab for some of these, for the scammers, and of course a money loss for some of the people. Things like the BlockDAG fiasco, it's still ongoing. I still get messages from either bots or some other scammers trying to persuade me, ask me stupid questions, trying to persuade me that BlockDAG is doing great, that they've garnered $150 million and some crap like that, and that they're listed on multiple exchanges. They're not. They're not listed. They're not listed on any exchanges. CoinGecko doesn't even have them. And I mean, if it's a huge fiasco, then it should be, I should hear about it, and I don't, and it's not listed on any of the exchanges. So BlockDAG is a full-on scam, and it's still ongoing, and it's shocking that it is. I hope that they're not making any money off of people, and shocked that nobody's doing anything about those scammers. So be careful out there, as this incident is part of a broader trend in cryptocurrency related scams and hacks targeting high profile platforms and figures. And right now there's a lot more going to happen of this sort is going to happen. The bad actors falsely claimed that the US Securities and Exchange Commission had filed a lawsuit against Cardano and alleged that the foundation would cease support for ADA. Similar, in September, a Bloomberg report revealed that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's X account was compromised to advertise a fake token named OpenAI. So be careful of these before you start throwing your money at these things. Be very, very careful. My suggestion is, if you find something like that and you are interested in finding out whether it's legit or not, find out what the social media accounts are. Go to their Twitter account, go to their Telegram account, go on places like Reddit and talk to people, find out. Reddit's got a fantastic community called crypto scams. Ask a question in here, people will tell you if it's a scam or not. And most of these things are scams, but also aside from that, I would suggest just don't get involved into IOs, because you never know what they are. Not to mention that you're going to be losing your money, because they're just not worth it. Most of these IOs go bust, they disappear from the surface of the earth, and and you never hear from them again. You have to be really on top of things. You have to be really in the know-how and know what the project is doing. Know the founders, know the people working on it, in order to make an educated decision on whether to invest. And even then, you are likely to lose your money. And another thing is that most of these IOs ask for purchases of their tokens in exchange for most likely Ethereum, if they're built on Ethereum or whatever other token or coin that they are building on. So if it's a project built on Ethereum, then you're going to have to exchange your Ethereum for their token, which is going to go bust, and you're going to lose your Ethereum on top of that because you exchange your Ethereum for their token. You're better off holding on to your Ethereum and watch gains, claim your gains through that, instead of wasting it on some random token that may or may not do well. Peter Schiff calls Bitcoin a national security threat, sparking a debate. Could this be the reason why it's dunking? But Peter Schiff is kind of the black sheep. I don't know. Peter Schiff, a staunch supporter of gold. He's a staunch supporter of gold, longtime critic of Bitcoin. I've seen multiple debates with him against all sorts of Bitcoin supporters, and he's never once budged on the idea of Bitcoin being anything more than a scam, basically, or not worth your time. And right now he's once again stirred controversy with his recent comments on the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin has become a national security threat. It's one thing when private citizens voluntarily waste their own money buying Bitcoin, but it crosses the line when they bribe government officials to squander the public's money buying it. Bitcoin is now public enemy number one. Get a grip, Mr. Schiff. Public officials have never been bribed before. Before the inception of crypto, before the inception of Bitcoin. Like, come on. It's such a dumb. Let's write a response. Oh yeah, because we all know that no government. It's my post. Oh yeah, because we all know that no government official has ever been bribed before, even prior to the development of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. It's so ridiculous. That's what I mean. All these pundits, they're all it's always the same thing. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are either used for drugs or illegal activities or stuff like this, which falls, I guess, in the category of illegal activities. But I mean, like what? That's never been done before. On the flip side, though, Treasury Department says Bitcoin being used as digital gold touts benefits of tokenization. The US Treasury Department is acknowledging the benefits of asset tokenization and comparing Bitcoin to gold. In a new report, the Treasury Department calls the top crypto by market cap a store of value asset boosted by speculators. According to the Treasury Department, real-world asset tokenization, which allows investors to represent their physical asset with tokens, has the potential to change the financial landscape and disrupt trading in traditional markets. Tokenization has the potential to unlock the benefits of programmable, interoperable ledgers to a wider array of legacy financial assets. Benefits of tokenization extend far beyond and are independent of native crypto assets like Bitcoin, as well as the public, permissionless blockchain technology those assets have popularized. They promote things like easy fractional ownership of digitalized assets, streamlined composability of bundled assets, and automated executions using smart contracts. So basically they're saying that blockchain can be used for more than just store of value, more than Bitcoin, but they're looking at Ethereum. This is talk of Ethereum, not Bitcoin so much. So maybe articles like that are actually aiming at bringing Ethereum to the forefront and into the eyes of the general public, because tokenization would be done mainly on proof of stake blockchains, not so much on the proof of work ones. Amazon shareholders keep pushing for Bitcoin in treasury. So this was something that came out just a couple of days ago, I think, in the wake of MicroStrategy and El Salvador. People began to ask Amazon, the shareholders of Amazon were asking whether Amazon would consider including Bitcoin on its balance sheets. And apparently Apple is also looking at that. Amazon shareholders are calling on the company's board of directors to add Bitcoin to its treasury, pointing to the success of Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy as a compelling example of corporate Bitcoin adoption. Here's a copy of the Amazon shareholder proposal. So things like that are monumental. Like this is these are clear signs of mass adoption when people are beginning to ask huge corporations, huge companies on the global scale to adopt Bitcoin as part of their balance sheets, man. That's massive. So this is why the price of Bitcoin is going to continue rising. But again, it's not going to continue rising forever. There will be dips and retracements, and that's when you are now able to make some bank, because no longer is Bitcoin going down to $1. Like those times are past, but it's not going to be a continuous pump forever. Never happens. There's always profit taking, and that always takes place. So El Salvador, what is El Salvador doing? It seems like the International Monetary Fund has gotten wind of what El Salvador is doing, and they want a cut of their fair share. So El Salvador has been buying up Bitcoin on a daily basis. They've made quite a bit of profit, and now recently, over this past week, an article stated that El Salvador has announced that they found new reserves of gold in some mine somewhere and some other minerals that they were planning on mining, which means that if they do start doing that, their economy is going to boom. And of course, the International Monetary Fund is very, very much interested in things like that, right? Because they would like to get a nice cut of that. So El Salvador to change Bitcoin plans to secure 1.3 billion IMF loan. El Salvador will also receive 1 billion in lending from the World Bank and 1 billion from the Inter-American Development Bank. Under the IMF agreement, El Salvador would change a legal requirement making businesses accept Bitcoin as payment. Since 2021, the IMF has been against El Salvador's Bitcoin law, asking the government to narrow its scope. El Salvador is reportedly reducing its Bitcoin ambitions as it gets ready to receive a $1.3 billion loan from the International Monetary Fund. So this is still up in the air, but it looks like El Salvador is caving in, according to this article at least. The Financial Times reports that the Central American country, which was the first to accept Bitcoin as legal tender in 2021, is expected to reach a deal in the next few weeks with El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele's government. The deal is also expected to unlock a further 1 billion in lending from the World Bank and 1 billion from the Inter-American Development Bank over the next few years. Under the proposed plans, El Salvador would change a legal requirement making businesses accept Bitcoin as payment, making it optional instead. So was it mandatory now? Was it the only way, the only legal tender? That's interesting. The government would also reduce the budget deficit by 3.5% of GDP over 3 years through spending cuts and tax rises, while boosting reserves from 11 billion to 15 billion. So obviously they would have to boost tax rises in order to pay for the loans that they're receiving from the IMF, because these $2 billion are not free. And while it may be looking good on paper, because I mean $2 billion it's quite a bit of money, and I'm sure it would be really good for the country in the short run, but in the long run, when you consider the amount of debt that this will bring, or the amount of interest that will have to be paid on top of that, things begin to look a little bit less enticing, I would say. And I bet the assumption is that, hey, we're giving you this money, you're going to be digging up gold, you're going to be digging up materials and other things that will pay for the interest on these loans. So you're golden, you're good. That's the feeling of the proposal that was probably set in front of the president of El Salvador. And of course, who gets shafted? The people working there. Tax rises, of course. Who's going to be paying for all these loans? The people living in the country, because essentially the money is going to the people, right? It should technically go to them for infrastructure, for development, and all that good stuff in order to grow the nation. But I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but in the long run, I don't see anything great coming out of this. I mean, yeah, something great will come out of it, obviously, but it's going to come at a cost. And the IMF was very adamant about it. Like, they've been at it for the past 4 years almost, since 2021. Following El Salvador's adoption, the IMF statement was sent on November 2021. Then again, it was called upon once again in January 2022. So just a couple of months later, like they didn't waste any time. IMF advised El Salvador to reconsider its decision on Bitcoin as the country's legal tender, because obviously that's scary. Like, how can a tiny little country like that, an insignificant third world country, adopt Bitcoin and all of a sudden crawl its way up to the world stage of the economic, prosperity spectrum? That's a bad look for the financial sector. That's a bad look for IMF and any banks. And IMF is in the business of keeping countries under its thumb using fiat currencies. But I guess Bukele struck a deal. Despite the advisories, El Salvador and its president remain committed to Bitcoin, going on to buy more of the asset during price dips. With Bitcoin reaching 100% last week for the first time, Bukele posted a tweet on X showcasing its Bitcoin balance, now worth more than $6 million. That's pretty good. And let's hope that uses this to better the country and doesn't bail with it. Back up and leave with all the $600 million worth of Bitcoin. Some news from CZ, who says that it's inevitable for China to build a BTC reserve. Although, let's be honest, CZ, he may or may not be abreast of what's going on in China. Yes, I guess he's an influential dude and he has connections, but I mean, how trusted is he by the Chinese government? And so this is just his perception and his view of what should come next. The former Binance CEO said the Chinese government's lack of transparency overall made it difficult to predict any crypto policies. But I could see his thought process. And so if the USA adopts a Bitcoin reserve, then China is bound to do so as well, quite possibly, just to stay abreast, just to stay, alongside of the USA. But I mean, this is just another proponent of the Bitcoin scheme. Bitcoin, by the way, $97,000. It keeps dipping. Before you go, remember to pick up your Descent wallet. These wallets are at a discount right now. You can get up to 47% discount on the wallets. The price right here is this is the web price. If you purchase the wallet with the ref link below the video, you get an additional $10 off, which means you're getting it for $89 for one wallet, or $169 for the pack of two. That's 47% off. Additionally, you get, if you purchase it now within the next week, I think up until January 5th or so. Yeah, January 6th, 5th. January 5th is the last day to purchase these wallets. In order to be eligible for the airdrop that's coming up, you've got 14 more days. I think. No, not 14 more days. This is until the coin review. Get until January 5th to purchase the wallets in order to be eligible for the airdrop. These wallets are pretty sweet. If you haven't seen my reviews, please check them out. I posted a review of the wallet, or walkthrough and set up on how to set up the wallet. It's the only biometric wallet with a big display like this. It's really good, easy to manage. The wallet is the mobile wallet is pretty good because it connects with the mobile wallet. Obviously, you have to use both of them. So check it out, get yourself a nice discount. This is going to make a very nice present for your family, for your crypto assets. Get that. Also, do remember to smash the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share the content with a wider audience. Consider becoming a channel member by joining and becoming Crypto Cat or Crypto Kitten. For the price of one coffee a month, you support the channel, which I will appreciate the hell out of you for. And that's that. So thanks for tuning in for today. Make sure to do all those things. Smash, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow on a Wednesday. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Peace.